So, what is the big truth about working from home? And why should you focus your attention on your capacity to work from home, especially in times of crisis like this? Welcome to Coming Out Series episode today. My name is Olumide Odesanya. I'll be sharing my thoughts with you on working from home and why you should work from home, especially in time of crisis like this, from the story of a woman who had financial crisis, however, who overcame that crisis by working from home. She received insight, she received revelation, she received perspective, she received understanding about her capacity to work from home, and then she overcame a financial crisis at the time. She had an interesting conversation with a prophet of God, not to be prayed for, not to be anointed, not for any extra spiritual activity, but for her to be given perspective, that her eyes will be opened to the fact that if she could work from home, she has the capacity to overcome a financial crisis and an economic limitation. So we see what happened between that woman and Prophet Elisha according to 2 Kings chapter 4 from verse 1. So I'm going to be starting from verse 2. And this conversation went on. And Elisha said unto her, "What shall I do for thee? Tell me, what hast thou in the house? And she said, Thy handmaid had not anything in the house save a pot of oil." So quickly, two lessons from there. Number one, the prophet asked the woman what she wanted him to do for her, and then later asked the woman what she had in her house. The first question would have been an easy question for several people in the midst of crisis like this. Many people are looking up to people that can supply them resources, palliative from government, palliative from organizations, palliative from well-to-do people, and all that. However, this woman, to solve a financial crisis permanently, decided to answer the second question. The prophet of God said, "What do you have in your house?" And she said, "I have nothing." And what does that say to you? It is very possible that that which you have in your house is obscured by what is obvious in your house. For example, that particular thing that you have in your house, you sleep with it every day. You wake up with it every day. It is actually with you in your house. However, it is obscured by your big television set. It is obscured by your home theater. It could be obscured by your car. It could be obscured by the kind of job you have and by the status you have. It could be obscured by the challenges around your life and the limitations that you see with your naked eyes. However, I want you to realize this, that there is something inside you that you sleep with every day and you wake up with every day. Just like this woman had in her house a pot of oil, something very small, something inconsequential as it were, but it was her own property that she had right in her house. So from this conversation today, I want you to realize that there is something in your house. There is something in your home. And remember, scripture says our body is the house of God, is the temple of God. So I want to assure you and guarantee you, there is something inside you. You can call it potential, you can call it gift, you can call it skill, whatever it is you call it, it is something inside you that you can use to begin to work from home. So the first vivid point from this story that we need to learn from in building our capacity to work from home is that you have something at home. You have something at home. And my challenge to you is that you don't allow the activity around you, the noise around you, the things you see with your visible eyes around you, or with your naked eyes around you, to obscure that which you have within your home, within your house, within you, that you can turn around to help you come out of a financial crisis. So the fact that the prophet asked the woman what she had in her house was very profound. He did not ask, what do you have left in your bank account or elsewhere? What do you have in your house? What do you have at home that you can work with? That was the profound question the prophet asked this woman. And as soon as her eyes was opened to that which she had at home, that which she had in her house, a capacity to overcome a financial crisis was unleashed. And the same word of encouragement is going to you right now. Open your inner eyes, your eyes of understanding, your eyes of perception, your eyes of inspiration, and look within. There is something in your hand, there is something in your house that you can begin to use to work from home as you come out strong from the midst of this crisis. Then the second thing I want to bring your attention to is that you should not sell yourself cheap. Don't sell yourself cheap. And the truth is this: until you discover what you have at home, what you have within you, and you discover the capacity to develop it, to turn it, to improve on it, and to use it, going out to work in another man's organization may just be selling you cheap. It may just be reducing your value and what you have to offer. Really, what is happening in the world today is that organizations are looking for people that would add value to them, people who have value to offer, to solve real life problems, to provide solutions. It doesn't matter where they work from now. So it's not about the physical location, it's not about the title, it's not about the position any longer. It's about someone who had developed or discovered him or herself, who has capacity inwardly, someone who has something to offer. So you're going out to work, you're going out to get a job to make money is not enough until you discover what you have inside you, what you have at home that you can begin to work with from home. So to further reinforce our thoughts and the lessons we are learning from this woman who came out of financial crisis to have all our problems sorted out financially, we see in verse 4 again the prophet of God saying to her, "And when thou art come in, thou shalt shut the door," can you see? "Upon thee and upon thy sons, and shall pour out into all those vessels, and thou shalt set aside that which is full." Verse 5. So she went from him and shut the door. Working from home, she was inside with the doors shut upon her and her children, producing something out of the little that they had at the word of the man of God and at the insight and inspiration she got. So this word is coming out to you very profoundly, that there is something you should begin to do from home. For some people, they can begin to create a product. They can begin to put ideas together as to how to develop a product from home. The story was told of a woman that met Dr. Miles Monroe, and she was broke. She was laid off from her place of work, and the man of God asked her, "What do you have in your house?" She said, "I have a baking oven." And then the man of God told her, "Go and buy some flour and make some cakes with your oven at home." And then she made the cake and brought it to church and gave it to people. Some people liked the cake, and afterwards they began to order for more cakes. Right from what this woman had in the house, an oven that had been there for several weeks, several months, possibly years, that she never thought could help turn her financial fortune around, she discovered what she could do from home. And after some time, she began to bake cake from home and then began to supply neighbors, supplied her friends, her former colleagues at work. In a matter of time, she needed more people to join her in the business from home to begin to produce more cakes. And then as the order increased, so also her capacity to produce more increased. She made more profit and she began to buy more equipment to make more cakes working from home. And then from there, she extended outside the home to rent a space to begin to make more production of her cake. So this is very profound for us to come out of this crisis economically and financially, that we all must discover and develop our capacity to work from home. We must discover and develop our capacity to work from home. For some people, it can be producing a product. putting ideas together or manufacturing something, no matter how small it is, and then going out to sell to other people that will need that value they have created. For some other people, it could be online. You can write, you can sit and write, you can put ideas together, you can develop courses, you can develop programs that can help people out there. Your own product could be online. The idea is this: whatever happens in the midst of this crisis, your way forward, a more sure way forward, is to develop the capacity to work from home, especially now that the time of working in organizations for employees who work out there had been reduced by the government. They have reduced the number of hours and the number of days. So the remaining days and hours you have to yourself, I challenge you to use them to develop your capacity to begin to work from home. What do you do with the income you get by working from home? When this woman saw that she had made some money from the proceeds of the oil that she sold, she went back to the man of God, to the source of the inspiration, and she said to the man of God, what should I do with this income? And that is profound. For as many of us that will be developing this capacity to work from home, whatever it is we make, we must not forget God. It's because the insight you had, the potential you had, the gift that you had to work from home all came from above. James chapter 1 verse 17. Every good gift came or comes from above. And also Ephesians chapter 4 verse 7 tells us about God giving gifts to all men to work with and to profit with. So you must learn to return to God in giving a 10% of your profit, and of course in giving your offering. And the second thing I also want to challenge you to do from the instruction the prophet gave to this woman is to get out of debt fast. Get out of debt of owing people. You cannot contravene the law of God and expect to prosper working from home. The Bible says in Romans chapter 13 verse 8 that you should owe no man anything except to love people, to show care and affection to them. So as much as possible, you want to get out of debt, pay your debt, and live debt free. The third thing you need to do is to learn to manage what is left and learn to live on what is left. And then the fourth thing you need to do is to repeat the process from time to time as you develop your capacity to work from home, as you create products and services, as you put your ideas together. You now need to repeat the process from time to time in creating values for people and solving problems, bringing solutions to people's problems. You will earn the capacity to have a living out of you working from home. And I also want to use this medium to reach out to you to accept the saving grace and the love of Jesus Christ, because it is He that gives you power to get wealth. So thank you very much for watching. Please give a thumbs up to this video, like it, and share around with your friends. If this is your first time on this channel, please subscribe to this channel and turn on the bell button so you can get videos on coming out series and other videos I'll be dropping on this channel when I do. Thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next episode on Coming Out series. Bye for now.